Hello YouTube, Mr. Gibson Guy here with a brief video for you. I just did a video on the Mamiya 645 that I put together a kit for recently, and the idea came up for a real short video, and that is a comparison in size between 35mm cameras and a medium format camera. The Mamiya 645 was probably the main medium format camera designed to be as small as possible, and there's a bit of weight to it because the lenses take a lot of glass, and there's a big mirror in it, and there's a lot too involved having a great big shutter like that. So there's reasons for size, but the idea of this video is a Mamiya medium format camera really that much larger than a 35mm camera. So we're going to take a look at comparisons here. I have several to show you, but I'll just show you, and this will just be looking forward at it from the front. Alright, here's a Canon from the early 1950s rangefinder. You can see it's a bit lower. It actually, I think if you look at this, the Canon is quite a bit wider than the Mamiya, isn't it? Alright, so that's that one. That's a rangefinder, so that's pretty low. Something with the pen prism would be like this OM1, which is still a good bit shorter than the Mamiya. Of course, the width is going to be wider that way too, and the depth is, where this goes way back here, but the Olympus is pretty close. And another rangefinder, this Nikon S2. A little bit higher up, a little bit bigger than the Olympus actually, but and bigger than the Canon, but definitely smaller than the Mamiya. I love that I still got the original lens cap to this thing from Nikon. Now, let's see, we're getting a bigger 35mm camera than the medium format camera. This is kind of an unusual one when we see the Minolta XK, or this one is a Japanese model, the X1, and it is, you can see, a little bit taller than the Mamiya. And this Mamiya, of course, is not very tall because it's got the waist level finder on it, which of course makes it a lot lower height-wise. In fact, we could use this OM4 with the winder on it and say, now we have to open up the finder for the Mamiya to actually be taller than the 35mm camera. So, and that's a small 35mm camera, it's just on an auto winder, but pretty light. Oh, we're going to get some rain today, I hope. Cool things down. Now's where we bring in the big guns, and this is where it starts getting a little interesting here. Definitely Nikon's heavier. Look at that. That's taller than with the Nikon's taller than the Mamiya is with the waist level finder open. I will point out that the bulk and weight of a camera isn't something that's a real problem when you're taking a picture. It's all the time that you're carrying the camera to and from wherever you're taking your picture. That's where you feel the bulk and the weight of it, where these things start to get to you, or to your strap, or whatever you're using to support it. Nikon can't be outdone by Canon with the new F1 with the exposure motor drive on it. My camera's there. All right. So this one is even taller than the F3, the new F1. And Can we even go further than that? It seems that we are very capable of finding 35mm cameras that are greatly larger than a medium format camera. And now the F2A with the MD-3 and MB2 motor battery pack on it is the champion, beating the Mamiya 645 by a pretty good amount. So that gives us our entire preview here, looking at these cameras, comparing sizes, and guess what? The Mamiya isn't necessarily bigger than all the 35s, is it? Whoop, there they go. All right, so hope you found this insightful when you start thinking about how big or how small a medium format camera is. Remember, you can always beat it with a 35mm because there's big ones in the 35s too. All right, thanks. Until next time, this is Mr. Gibson Guy, and I'll talk to you later.